I'm Allison Beckles, Deputy Director of Jabez House. You're going to be hearing some stories from our women. Their faces have been hidden and their voices have been changed, but their stories are very real.
Hi, my name is Jennifer. First and foremost, I didn't know I was coming to Barbados to do sex work because I'm a national. Someone tricked me into sex work, bring me here to do sex work. Drugs and alcohol. Cocaine, weed, and the strongest alcohol you could think about. None, like for you to do sex work, for me, I had to numb the pain of doing sex work. Because sex work, I never know about no other boyfriend, only my child father when they come here. So coming here and get introduced to sex work, so many different partners, I had to numb the pain. So alcohol and drugs was my coping mechanism. When I came here I was 17, that was in 1999. Yeah. But I was lit for a good while because I had my daughter and things to support. But I was fed up of doing it. But on the road where we were, we never had nobody to come and tell us, well, we're better than the person that we is. We could different, you understand? And one Friday night, I can remember that I met this woman and she introduced me to a program for Better Myself. And the program was teaching us how to do hair, how to cook, how to do cake and pastries, maths and English. And she invited me once and I didn't come. I was like, it's Friday night and this woman here telling me about coming and do this and coming and do that. And I was like, I'm looking for my money and I'm about this woman in my ears on Friday night to be safe. But she never gave up. She was persistent. Every Friday she would come out and ask if the girls okay, if we good, if we need anything, and you know, real caring. And the following week, I tell myself I can decide to give it a try. I can go and see what the program is all about, what it's offering. And I've never felt so much, I went, and I never felt so much love and so much welcome because there was no discriminating, and from that day I stopped. The program name that I went to, it was Jabez House, and it's a very nice program to young people out there who looking for make a step in their life to try something different. They could give Jabez House a try. It's so much love. Welcome, they teach you all kind of different things for free. All you have to do is be serious. We know that you won't get up one day and say, okay, we're going to stop doing prostitution, because it's not something easy once you don't get into it. But they work with you. They work with you. They show you the way to help you to get out, how to own your own business, everything that you need to better yourself, they provide. I was gangbang, I was raped, I was gun butt, I was robbed, everything that you could think about. People feel that people that do sex work is not human being. They pass and they screw up the face and they do all kind of things when they see us on a corner. For me, it wasn't a choice, but when I get into it, it becomes a choice for me, because if I couldn't do it to pay back people money that bring me here, I could do it for myself, but it was nothing that I like. But people need to realize that sex workers is somebody's sister, somebody's mother, somebody's aunt, somebody's niece, so don't discriminate. If you could give a helping hand out to the program, it would really go a far way instead of discriminating. For me, since I met the person, I have not gone back on the road, and it's going 4 years straight now that I have not gone back on the road. I'm employed. And I have many more other stories from other young ladies, but people just afraid because of society is. I think the law for sex worker need to change, because once you are a sex worker, I can't say for everybody and I can't say all lawmakers, but once you're a sex worker, it's hard for you to go run into the station sometimes and make a complaint. Some police do take you serious, I must say, because I had some that really come to my rescue and do certain and help me out, but some just skin up the nose. And people, you will go to people to get a job, and like, since I'm asking you, was you professional or what you professional, and you be honest, was like, you know, I was on the road, I was a sex worker. Everybody just skin up their face like it's a disease, or you can pass it on to other people that working in the environment. And that's what make a lot of people go right back into sex work, you understand? Because you're willing to come out, but when you go, so much discrimination is out there. It's best you stay and tell yourself, look, I ain't got no discrimination to get when they out there. Yeah, I get it together, but not from people who I think I shouldn't get it from, and continue doing it. And that is so bad, because now making a lot of young ladies now coming on the road doing sex work. Because for me, I trying to give back now to sex work. I trying to go out and talk to the young ladies and see if they're good on my own, to see if they're good, and you know, ask them what's going on and them kind of things. And I seen a lot of young people more is coming into prostitution, and we need to find a way for it to stop. Well, a lot of people who into sex work, we go find what's the deepest thing. A lot of us been molested, a lot of us been raped, and we just bury the issue. A lot of us got a lot of things that we went through and were going through, and we just decide to bury the issue. But we need to get towards the root of the issue for some of the young girls to know why it is that they choose to go that way, and to educate them more. And a lot of things is all about, you gotta love yourself. I feel that's the most important thing. You have to self-love yourself and know the word. And to find somebody to just, for me, it was like, I never hear nobody tell me they love me. And when the woman come along, it was just love. She was like, she didn't scorn us, she just hugged us and just show us love, and just would call and check upon us and make sure that we good. Shamal is a real inspiration to me. And I know for a lot of young ladies who pass through this program with willing to go out and say the same. But I could say a whole lot, but I'm telling anybody who willing to come out to sex work to give Jabez House a try.
So hi Cassie, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm okay.
That's good. So tell me a little bit about how you got into the lifestyle of sex work.
Well, I just say I did not to come out of Somerville. I had spent 3 years in Somerville. So then I come out on the streets like after I got my kids. I had 2 children at that point in time. So their dad wasn't supporting them as how it was.
Okay, so and how long were you involved in sex work?
It was probably about 3 years.
About 3 years, okay. And how did you come to the point to say that enough is enough, I want to be finished with this?
Because at the end of the day, people seeing you got kids, understand? And I just say that is enough, because you never know who come and see you out there and go and hit this back in your child's face.
Right,
and then peer pressure start from there. So that's why I said, man, enough is enough.
Okay.
I gotta get what they say.
So why Jabez House? Like, why did you decide to go through Jabez House?
Then I was running on the streets and meet this lovely lady by the name of Chanel Rice. So then she was introducing me about some vocational training that she was doing. So I decided to go and see how it works.
Okay. And how did you find it?
It was very lovely, because as for me, I'm not ashamed to say I knew some big boss cakes.
Okay. Okay.
But for now, I could bake from scratch.
There you go.
To Miss Rice. So that's how I come to cook more, able to cook more, because you know I'm soon be a wifey.
Yes.
So I have to cook for the gentleman.
Yes.
So being there teach me a lot.
That's good. So you're getting married. You're going to be getting married and everything soon.
Yes, darling.
That is wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So how would you say your life has changed? Has it changed for the better? Has it changed for the worse? How has your life changed?
It changed for better because this is 3 years that I'm off the street.
Wow, yeah.
And I don't think I'm going back.
Good, good.
No, I don't think I'm going back. I'm not
going back. Yes.
And I'll try to better for myself, probably try to open my own daycare.
Yeah.
Go to get some more studies so that I can open my own daycare. I will tell them probably they could go and check at Jabez House. That's a nice place to start their life, to change their life and see how it goes from there.
How would you say Jabez House has empowered you to meet your goals?
Because as I told you, I can't bake or anything from scratch. And now I get professional.
Right.
I could do these things.
Yes, yes.
And that's how I look at them, find myself opening my own business. I learned a lot about how to put forward your business through the fact in Jabez House. They also teach you that sort of stuff.
Like what are the things that you need to start your own business?
Own business, yes.
Okay. Well, that sounds pretty good. It was so good to talk to you, Cassie.
My name is Shamel Rice, and I am the founder and director of Jabez House. Jabez House is a registered charity here on the island, and we reach out to female sex workers, facilitating their transition from sex work to owning their own business or just another means of employment. Growing up, I knew exactly what it was like to be poor. I knew what it was like to not have enough, to always be the child at school who never gets to go on the field trips because mommy just never had any money. I also knew exactly what it felt like to hear my mother sob so many nights when she felt we were asleep, and to see her just struggling to provide for us. I also remember so many times seeing many men come around trying to proposition her because of the vulnerability she was in. And this really birthed a passion in my heart from a young age to be able to reach out to many other women who may be in similar situations, and as a result of their poverty, as a result of their vulnerability, you know, persons come not meaning well.
So hi Elicia, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm fine.
That's good. So tell me a little bit about like how or why you got into sex work.
Well, I wasn't really into it. It was just like doing it kind of like that was the way of making it through each day.
Okay.
That's it.
That is how you got started. And how long were you doing it?
Well, not long. Actually, it wasn't really a big thing for me. It was only when I needed stuff that I would do it.
That you would do it, okay. And so what would you say was a tip when you did go on the streets? What would you say was a typical day in your life? What did that look like?
Well, it wasn't basically going on the streets.
Oh, okay.
It was kind of like an on-call or
right.
Because I went on the streets once and one person spoke to me, and it was like, out hearing for you,
right?
Like I don't like hearing for you and stuff like that. And that was the first and the last time I ever went on the street.
Okay, well, all right. And what made you say enough is enough? What made you say that you don't want to do this anymore? You don't want to do the on-call or anything? Why did you stop?
Well, actually, my cousin had introduced me to Jabez program, and I find that it was actually occupying my mind and stuff like that. Like you get to learn certain things, you get to do schoolwork, and that was basically the most important things that I wanted to do in life, but didn't know how, where, and like where I would begin. Right. So Jabez House was actually one of the programs that impacted on my life. Okay. In terms of cooking and learning new stuff and sewing and making pillows and stuff like that. So that was actually one of the programs that helped me to better myself.
Where are you now? What are you doing with your life now?
Well, since I've entered Jabez, I've gotten jobs, but at this point in time, I cannot work because I'm expecting.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you very much. And the pregnancy is not a normal pregnancy.
Okay.
It's not like my first one. It's actually kind of worse.
Oh, okay.
The sickness and the pains is totally unacceptable.
Oh boy.
So
how has your life changed since entering Jabez House?
Well, it changed a lot because I don't really think about going on the streets now, and it actually shows me that they have people out there who care for you and who wants to see better for you.
Yeah.
Basically, before I entered Jabez House, the people who I thought cared for me, actually, they don't really care for me.
Right.
So Jabez House has shown me a lot about people and how people think that they deserve towards other people.
Yeah. Okay. And how would you encourage a lady who wants to get out of sex work but hasn't been able to do that yet? What would you say to encourage her? What advice would you give?
Well, basically, I would give her a brief story on my life and how I got out, and then I would introduce her to the Jabez House. But then I would also let her know that it would not be that easy, because although you go to the program, I mean, like, you will still get the urge of doing this stuff because you can say you need the money, you need this, you need that. But I would say give it a try.
Where do you want to see yourself in the next few years?
Well, I want to see myself as a great mother. And being there for my kids.
And how about work? What would you want to do work-wise?
Well, anything that comes along, willing to do anything.
That's good. Elicia, it has been great talking to you.
Thank you.
My name is Chikari Thomas. I'm a counseling psychologist, and I have worked with Jabez House in the capacity of an intern counseling psychologist and a counseling psychologist. What I can say is Jabez House has created a platform for building capacity for female sex workers to successfully transition out of sex work. Jabez House has adopted a holistic model, an integrative approach, where they have key components. Among these components is psychosocial support. And I have been able to provide psychotherapy for a number of these sex workers. And I cannot underscore the importance of psychotherapy. Many of these women have had traumatic experiences. They have trauma history. And some of these histories would have stemmed during childhood. Many of these women would have been victims of incest. Many of them would have been victims of physical abuse, verbal abuse. And a lot of these instances of trauma have not been properly processed. And what I have seen is that psychotherapy has aided these women in processing these experiences and bringing about, facilitating a process of change. And it's not just trauma. Many of these women continue to experience negative experiences during their adult life. Many of these ladies are involved in intimate partner relationships that have a lot of violence and domestic violence. Some of these women during their adult life had succumbed to human trafficking, abduction. Many of them are very much involved in substance abuse, and there are serious instances of drug dependency.
I remember 5 years ago when I took the plunge to get this organization started. My colleague and I, Allison, we were on this thing trying to find out about what would put a woman in these positions and what have you. And the more and more we discovered and found these women and we engaged them, it became apparent that it was not that they just enjoy this kind of life. I mean, what girl when she's young says, you know what, when I grow up, I want to be a sex worker? Nobody says that. But as we engaged these women, as we got into dialogue with them, they clearly shared that they really wanted an outlet. They wanted to be able to go back to school. They wanted to be able to just have another chance at life. And coming off of that place, Jabez House has been able to reach out to so many women in the last 5 years. Well over 300 women we've been able to reach out to, with so many of them being able to leave sex work completely. I can tell you this one story. There's this client, she is so precious to us. She found herself here for more than 10 years in Barbados, selling her body night after night after night. She came to Barbados not even knowing what she was coming to do, but she found herself right in the midst of this not so beautiful profession. And one night we were able to meet up with her, and we were able to share with her about the program of Jabez House. We were able to offer her a way out, and she grabbed this opportunity. She plugged into our skills training program. She was able to be empowered. We helped her initially start her chicken business and so many other ventures. And now, 3 years later, she has been out of sex work completely. She runs and manages a clothing store. I mean, she is so industrious. She does so many other things. And she is only one of the many clients that we have been able to reach out to. But it doesn't stop there. Jabez House, we also offer so many other services to our clients. Psychosocial support, being able to be that listening ear for them. We assist with basic necessities like clothing and food stuff and what have you. Every single thing that's possible to help this woman who's transitioning, we try to make available to our clients. Of course, it's a mammoth task, and we are always in need of resources, be it money, be it food donations, be it clothing items, internships, job opportunities, anything that can help this woman make that leap from selling her body to being able to stand strong and see herself empowered.
So I want to appeal to the populace out there. Do not discriminate, do not stigmatize these women. These women have a great degree of strength. They are resilient human beings who are interested in really and truly contributing positively and impacting society in a positive way. They're interested in being good parents. They're interested in supporting their communities. And I want you to support Jabez House so they in turn can support these vulnerable women. What I would say is that Jabez House has created a safe space, a safe haven for these women to access services critical to their transitioning.
The National HIV/AIDS Commission, as the coordinators of the National AIDS Program, is very pleased to support the work of Jabez House. As you know, Jabez House works with one of our key populations, which we have found it very difficult to reach, the sex worker community. And therefore, it is our pleasure to give them any kind of support that we can, whether technical or financial, as they go about their work. And what they in fact are extensions of our own work in the Commission. As they go forward, we continue to support the work that Jabez House does, and as they expand their own programs, we ourselves will give them any kind of support that is available through our civil society grant system and any other kind of assistance that we have. They are one of our strategic partners as we look forward to an AIDS-free generation in Barbados by the year 2020.